Welcome back to Diary of a Speed Reader. Today's book is The Warner Boys by Curt and Ana Warner, and I am giving it 5 stars. Now, this book is hitting me at just a certain time. My sister-in-law is in the hospital and she's about to have a baby, and we're so excited. This book puts everything into perspective. The Warners felt the same way, and then after a few years, they realized their boys didn't just have autism, but really on that extreme spectrum. And the way they love these kids and the way they do all types of things to sacrifice for these kids, you don't know if you should be inspired or if you should just give them a big, huge hug. What they're doing is so important, because I can't even imagine all of the parents that would love to have this kind of empathy and understanding and just openness about the issue. I'm gonna give you 3 reasons why you should read this. Before we get into that, I just wanna remind you that February is Black History Month, and if you're looking at your shelf and it just doesn't seem to have very much diversity on it, well, you can have a look at my list for this month. It's all 4- and 5-star books that I have no problem suggesting. They're all amazing. Now, let's talk about 3 takeaways from this book. And if you have read this, let me hear from you. I would love to know your thoughts. Now, the whole book is a lesson in love, but the first type of love, I would say, is the patience of love. And here you have the parents being so patient with their beautiful child, but you also hear these wonderful stories of the children, the brothers and sisters, and how they learn patience and how they struggle with it, but they really accept it and understand it. I think they're wise beyond their years, and it's amazing that they were raised in this way. It's a real testament to this idea that love is taught in this family. Now, the second thing really has to do with this idea of love is perseverance. So I've mentioned before, I don't know much about football. Curt Warner's pretty famous in the pro football area. He used to play for the Seattle Seahawks, and it's just amazing how he carries those lessons of perseverance from sports into how to be a true father in this family. I just have so much admiration for the examples he uses and how he thinks about what kind of ways that he needs to act to be a real leader and to be a real team player. Now, this last point is love is understanding, and this book is probably one of the best illustrations I have seen in a very long time about that. You know, it comes out in how they treat each other. They're both fully aware of how difficult this disease is. It has to do with even their motivation to write this book. They want other families that are going through this, that maybe have less resources than they do, to just have the acknowledgement that there's someone else that gets it, that understands their point of view. And then the way that they show appreciation. I mean, they've got a tough situation trying to manage these kids through adolescence, through all the trauma and difficulties that is autism, along with the love and understanding and wonder that is being a parent. You know, when they get any kind of acknowledgement or understanding from others, they show gratitude. It's unbelievable. You know, they can still think about and appreciate others despite everything they're going through. I just think that's so phenomenal. Now, I'm super inspired by these people and really do recommend that you take a look at this book, especially if you don't know anything about autism, because apparently it affects a lot more people than you think. If you've got friends and family that might appreciate this book, I would definitely send it their way. Speed reading stats, this book was 187 pages. I read it in 32 minutes, glued to the story. It's really well written. If you'd like to learn more about speed reading, I've got a link in my bio with more information about my course on it. You can actually comment, I will answer, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, and otherwise supporting my channel. I appreciate it.